And it's going to be Cerny Banders who picks the map. I believe it was Shipwreck. That was the final pick. And this, again, it's going to be the best of fives starting right now. Cerny Banders sticking with that 2 movement speed. Queen Nye, if he wins it out, showing movement speed, maybe not the most important stat, at least in terms of Australia's eyes.
And right now, both players on the guitars trading it out, trying to see who is going to be able to get
nice fireball.
Right?
Oh, that's death.
Ground pound.
He didn't get the touch before that fireball connected. Right, very cleanly got that stock. I was not ready for that to happen at all. And unfortunately, that means Cerny Banders is now a full stock behind Rite, and Rite is not done yet. Weapon toss into the pickup. Dare almost had him off stage for another fireball attempt, but couldn't quite get the hit.
Side sig coming out from Rite. He's running over Cerny Banders right now. Ooh, goes for that neutral signature, but can't quite find it. Good sidelight nair, trying to find the neutral or the recovery, but the Sair is going to connect anyway. He doesn't need a ground pound again. Takes out Cerny Banders. He's looking at a clean 3-stock. He's not even in the red.
Yeah, Rite, very real possibility of getting this 3-stock. Decides not to go for a pickup follow-up off that weapon toss. Doesn't need it as he's back to the guitars. And this is what he's been running over Cerny Banders with. And unfortunately for Cerny Banders, he doesn't have like a matchup excuse in this one. It's just like Rite just played guitars way better. Side stick connects, might be able to deny the 3-stock. Weapon toss comes out. Almost caught Cerny Banders on the top of the head off that toss, but he does deny the 3-stock. And Rite's going to be coming in with the fresh stock. Can we get the JV3? Axe in hand. Oh, he gets caught.
It was a valiant effort. Rite did a really good job there, especially with those first 2 stocks. Cerny Banders shows, hey, at least I have some stuff going for me, but neutral sig is going to connect. He doesn't find the dare. He ends up hitting a downlight instead.
It wasn't quite over that edge. He's hitting these long-range weapon toss arcs. That is the second time he's thrown a weapon toss across the map that generally wouldn't hit, and it has connected and been effective. Actually, no, that's the second time Cerny's been hit by one of those. The first time, it was Power who threw the blasters across the map. But either way, Rite.
Vrax.
Oh. I mean, I saw Sparky in chat, so maybe this is that, because I don't think I've seen a Vrax in a tournament in about a year. Like,
that's not true.
It's a very rare occurrence that you see, especially in top 3. It is very rare to see.
In top 3, definitely, it's rare. I remember seeing some Vrax in the latest couple championships and being like, hey, that's pretty rare. I'm blanking on who it was. I bet Sparky knows. He loves every Vrax. If he doesn't know, you can blame Sparky.
And he's got a spreadsheet of literally every player who's played Vrax in tournament, their win-loss ratio, the amount of damage they've done, just like all of that. Just hit him up. He's got the Google Doc. Just DM him on Twitter @whoissparky. But in the meantime, Cerny Banders, he has swapped on over to this Vrax. It is an interesting pick. Might be kind of a response to the amount of Katars that Rite used in game 1. But this time, Rite's just swapped on over to the Axe play, and the Axe is a really strong option against Lance play, especially if they play that very standard aerial kind of side air approach playstyle. Rite can get underneath, throw out those downlights, or try to get above and play that down air game, which has been working very well for Rite.
Right now, trying to find the ending of that Axe, looking for the recovery there. He waited it out, but couldn't find it. Cerny now trying to get the down signature, get some good damage, but Rite with a nice kill, taking the first stock, looking pretty.
Cerny over to the blasters. We'll see if he's got more in the blasters kit, as Rite just had a complete answer to the Lance play of Cerny. Drops the recovery. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it going. Would likely not have killed, given the fact that Vrax is a very low force character, coming in with, I believe, base 3? I know he's got 8 decks. I think it's base 4.
Base
Either
4
way,
sounds right.
Does get the finishing stock, the finishing kill with that side signature.
Right now, with that dare, he got it at max stun. He was able to get a little bit off of it, but he's not quite finding the big guitar strings. He's doing a lot of things like hit by hit, which is working fine for him because he's not getting hit in return nearly as much. Cerny trying to get these
fireball
down sig.
That is such a good tool, especially on a map like this where that covers borderline half of the wall given the hitboxing of the player. If they get just a little bit too high, that fireball will catch the tips of their head in those circular hitboxes and end up leading to death, and that is why Rite has been so effective with that fireball.
And Sernie now trying to zone Rite out with these guns. He went for that gravity cancel side signature, and if Rite had just jumped a little bit higher, would have caught it, but not working out in his favor. Right now looking for a kill option. Side sig's not quite going to do it. Neutralite into neutral signature isn't the follow-up he's looking for, and a recovery only barely misses, but Cerny staying alive. Good sidelight into recovery. Is he going to be able to get this kill? At least in either two stock? No, he's not.
One opportunity left for Cerny Banders as Rite has already won 2 in a row. 1 game left before Cerny Banders goes down to the lower bracket to try to find out. Well, he'll have to wait for a little while as the lower side catches up to him. But he's got 1 opportunity left, and it's going to be back to the Queen and I for Cerny Banders.
At this point, as we go into game 3, he's got to be thinking, what on earth can I do to make this back? What is required? And it's a tough call. It's not really working with either of these legends that he's pulled out. He's just struggling.
Yeah, he just does not have a strong response to the playstyle of Rite. Rite, he's got so much option coverage when it comes to his weapons. The axe can cover a lot of matchups, and the guitars cover basically the weaker matchups for Rite. And we might see him kind of go back to that guitar play style. If he doesn't, we saw what he can do with the axe, and axe has some favorable matchups against Queen Nai. It's 50-50 on the spear. Kind of depends on how Cerny decides to play that spear matchup. But against the guitars, he can outrange in a lot of ways, but Cerny's already on top of him, so that range will not matter. Immediately disengaged from Rite.
It was a really good start to a dare loop coming out from Sernie. Nice recovery, interrupting the side sig. It was almost kind of wonky there.
Yeah, that island kind of bounced him in an odd way. But Cerny, the dare, punishing that very blatant recovery. A very common option there as a follow-up, and Rite recognizing it and just immediate jump dare to punish. Nice ground pound attempt. Would have got a lot of the different dodge options, but Cerny able to jump outside of it.
Side air almost connects that axe weapon throw that we've seen him make work so often. Cerny trying to get back on stage to pick up a weapon, does manage to pick that spear. Good downlight, goes for a neutral sig after the downlight, not the Sair, doesn't connect, doesn't get a kill on Rite because of it.
Yeah, the Sair was a very strong option off the downlight, but maybe Cerny was kind of looking for a little bit more of a vertical kill. He was close to that left kill box, so I'm surprised he didn't go for that Sair option, but maybe he wanted a little bit more style on that kill, or maybe just didn't have the confidence in the damage. Doesn't matter, as he does pick up the neutral sig and is able to keep even in the stock game. Going to be sticking with the guitars for that damage build. A lot of damage potential. We saw it in the early stocks of this one from Cerny Banders, if he can get on top of Rite.
Cerny doing weapon denial on Rite right now and sticking with the guitars. He doesn't want the spear, and he wants to keep Rite off of weapons as long as he can. There's a weapon on the left. Rite's definitely going to get it. Cerny's plan has come to an end, but at the very least, he's got even damage, which is more than can be said about the way the previous games went in this set. Rite's also done a really good job at punishing the neutralite follow-ups with that jump dare on the axe every time.
Yeah, those jump dares. Not sure if Cerny wants to change up his follow-ups there. Maybe, side sig comes out.
And this may be the first lead we've seen from Cerny throughout this set. Nice side sig getting the early kill onto Rite and going for a quick dare loop here. Good jumping from Rite, able to escape, and Rite is struggling to get a weapon here. Cerny may have cracked the code. Rite with a neutralite out of dare. That's what we like to see from the unarmed play. Down air.
Not finding the success in the guitar game that he had in game 1. Trying to find this finisher on Cerny, but he's taking a lot of damage for his troubles. Neutral Sig comes out right underneath with the Nair. That's not a strong force option. That's not a kill option for the Guitars when it comes to main stage attacks. Gets the recovery underneath, but he's got to build a lot of damage on the Cerny right now. Going to be switching back to the Guitars. The downlight not able to get that recovery follow-up. Kind of caught him at a weird spot with that downlight.
Right now, staying on stage, waiting for Cerny to approach him, hoping to get greedy with these kill options here and maybe come back around. Cerny, though, he's got the recovery, he's got the kill, and now we're going to a game 4, and Cerny looking a little bit better on this Queen Knight. Is Rite going to switch things up? He is.
I didn't quite see the character
Asuri.
spot. Okay, it's going to be the Asuri from Rite, sticking with that guitar play. This is kind of the character that we saw Rite playing earlier in the tournament. And I guess when it comes to the best of 5, he was like, I've got a little bit more room to play around with other characters. I'll start off with the Ragnar, but if things don't go my way, I'll switch back to the Asuri and kind of play it out true to form. He's going in with that lower defense Asuri, that 4 defense Asuri to go up against Cerny, who I didn't quite catch if he's still sticking with that 2 movement speed Queen Knight, but he probably is. Yeah, he is.
And now, here we are in Shipwreck, and right now, coming around with the guitar strings, he got that first weapon, which seems to be extremely important to him, as Cerny appears to be able to basically start tacking on damage if he's able to do weapon denial on Rite. Instead, though, right now is just not being stopped by these weapon throws. Cerny is struggling to prevent this momentum from building up, and Rite is getting damage on top of damage on Cerny.
Yeah, Sernie is finding very little in terms of reply in damage. Rite almost caught the down sig, but just enough range on that down air from Cerny to interrupt the down sig. Rite really looking for these kill options. It's going to be the recovery underneath. He's going to be swapping over to the sword. Likely will be looking for the guitar spawn, but no weapon spawn just yet. There's the spawn, and unfortunately not able to pick it up in time.
Rite interrupted 2 signatures in a row from Cerny. He's not going to interrupt a down sig on the spear, though. Unable to get back to stage. And now Cerny is going to secure that weapon, look good, and he's going to prevent Rite from getting weapons for as long as he can, which is not very long.
Yeah, Rite's able to pick up the guitars, but Cerny able to get a little bit of damage, staying relatively even between the two, but at the rate the first stock was going, Rite was able to take the lead, and if he can maintain that kind of momentum in terms of stocks, should be able to finish out this set. Going in with the guitars, clashes out against Cerny. Nice side air. Will punish that down signature. Cerny looking for the signatures. Might be a little bit premature, as Rite not quite in that kill spot, but it will send him off stage. We do see the dare into the downlight into the recovery underneath. Rite has no weapon. Can he punish underneath with the recovery? Another one. Staying unarmed. Once the third one, couldn't quite get it. Oh, the side sig connects. Wingtips.
Yeah, the overhead on that side signature preventing the landing for Rite. And now Cerny still looking good. He's got the lead side sig, though, from Rite is just going to completely shut that down. That's okay, though. Both players are white on their last stocks here. It's an extremely close game. Rite going to be looking to try to get into grand finals here as quickly as possible, but Cerny can definitely make this comeback work and bring it to game number 5.
This is a very close game between the two. Rite did have the weapon control for a hot minute, but now he's got the guitar control. He's getting the down light into the down airs, back and forth, got 2, but he couldn't quite continue it as Cerny was able to spot dodge out of that. Going for the dare into the neutral sig. Rite with an odd option. Went up, gravity canceled downlight, went for a ground pound, didn't get the follow-up. That was just a weird mix-up considering Cerny would have just bounced off the stage.
I think he wanted the bounce so that he'd go for a follow-up afterwards, maybe get a recovery after the ground pound. I can respect the attempt, but unfortunately you have to actually connect the ground pound to make that work. He
very genuinely staying unarmed on that one.
Threw the weapon away.
Yeah, he threw that the whole other direction. Really odd, but hey, we got a game 5. Cerny able to make the comeback with the Queen Nai. Did Rite swap to a final character? It's going to be back to the Ragnar.
And we'll see if this works out for him. Right now, the Queen Nai from Cerny looking very nice.
What map is it going to be? We've got Small Great Hall, Small Enigma, and Small Thunderguard. a little bit more soft platformy maps, and it's going to be small Enigma. Difference between that and small Great Hall, kill boxes are slightly different. I think they're a little bit more close, if I'm not mistaken. And the big obvious one is that top middle platform is a little bit smaller than in comparison to small Great Hall. Oh, also the side platforms are a little bit more in, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds about right. Speaking of Rite, we're seeing a game number 5 here, and Rite immediately is now doing to Cerny what was done to him. He's denying weapons right off the bat here. Cerny finally picks up a weapon. He's already in the orange.
Off stage play. No, Cerny just going to stay on stage, really wanting that stage control. Rite does hit the neutral sig, but it bounces Cerny off the main stage. Unfortunately, not going to get that spiking property that he was looking for. Cerny almost had a real big opportunity off that dare loop into the neutral sig. Couldn't quite get that follow-up. Rite starting to chase off stage, might be recognizing that Cerny not as confident in the off-stage play. Cerny shoves him off, and then you see it, Cerny back just on stage, not challenging Rite off stage.
Cerny now, side light, interrupts what Rite was doing.
Side air comes out, Cerny's off stage. Finish it. Firebolt. Ooh, okay.
Good weapon
toss
throw.
Into the recovery. Rite is going to be able to take the first stock. Can he maintain this lead? So far, it seems like Rite's been able to get some early leads, and then suddenly Cerny immediately comes back, hits the signature that he's looking for, and Rite gets sent flying. There you see the down sig, sends Rite off stage. No weapon toss connection for Cerny, so he's not able to finish the stock just yet, but the down sig comes out, and just like that, you can see in the top right of your screen, Cerny's basically even with Rite.
And now Rite is going to be struggling to get this weapon. Cerny barely manages to pick up those guitars, but Rite got some unarmed damage onto him. Trying to deny neutralites and downlights for days. Rite gets a quick unarmed neutralite. And again, both players so even. They're going for the same strats. Guitar, loops, weapon denial. They're the same player. Except they're different legends.
Nah, dude, it's just skins. They're the same legend. You just don't know your
Super
skins.
not true. Right now, really trying to get these hits in. A good interrupt on the side sig probably would have connected had he not made that weapon throw work. There's a good down sig to catch the spot dodge. Weapon throw of the spear, getting rid of it. The down sig is a prime opportunity of punish for Rite. Good neutralite as Cerny lands on the ground, but the neutral sig is the wrong read.
He was expecting the jump. Cerny stayed on stage, and he's able to take the stock lead over Rite. Does Rite have that same ability to get that signature as he throws out a lot of these side signatures? Can he finish this stock off of Cerny? Can he even it up? He's looking for the opportunity. Side sig comes out, but he can't get the hit side air. Cerny's off stage. No, can't get that finishing move. Went for that slide charge, neutral heavy. Gets the downlight, but he can't get the follow-up, and Cerny is adding up damage onto Rite's third stock, or final stock.
Ooh, Rite with the sidelight into recovery. Goes for another recovery. He's going to find another recovery. He wants another recovery.
That's not a kill option, though.
It's not a recovery. He could have gone for the exhaust recovery. I think it would have killed there. It's okay. He's got neutralite, considering how much insane damage he did onto Cerny.
He's got the guitars in hand. A good string from Rite could bring him back into this. But at the same time, Cerny just been so effective with the signature kit of this Queen Nai. Does get an air, does get an air. Rite sticking with the axe play. Cerny is pushing him away with the unarmed play. Rite gonna try to deny the weapon, but Cerny with the sliding downlight into the recovery underneath. And you're seeing Rite starting to respect, but it's not enough as Cerny gets the recovery underneath, and he gets the reverse 3 games in a row. And that is gonna be Cerny earning his spot in the top 2 to sit in the grand finals.